Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Eye-to-Eye Communications. Um, I know it's been a while since I recorded, but I actually had something specific to speak about, a few specific things, and I still do in a sense. But it's like I got distracted. You know, I was in the zone. You know, and of course, the devil, being who he is, sent probably a demon or some demons. Sometimes they travel in packs. A lot of times, legion of demons is what they call. Sent them to disrupt um, my recording. I did a recording earlier, and I had to delete it. I didn't even have the option of, editing it, cropping it, and all of that. Everything just got messed up. To make a long story short, you know. So I figured since he keep messing with me, the devil, I might as well give him some attention. Obviously he want to get to know me. So since he always attacking God's people, uh, just for trying to do what he should have done, what he should have kept doing, which is obeying God and serving God and worshiping, I think we should attack them in return. Every time they attack us, we should attack them. That's the only fair way to do it. You know. So I think we need to increase our prayers. Like they say, prayer warriors, because that is the power. You know. And the last time I did a video, I was addressing law enforcement. You know what I mean? And I'm still going to get to that. As a matter of fact, I wrote some notes. Um, Future recordings will be consisting of future cop videos. Um, Death preparation will be a future video, and also successful marriages. I'm going to touch bases on all those topics. Um, Today, I know, everybody's concerned about the coronavirus and all of that, but I want y'all to know that pestilence, because it's in the scripture as a pestilence. I know they might try to give glory to China and other nations, but even if it's God working through people, he's still getting the job done. It doesn't matter how his will comes about. It just matters that his will does come about, and it always does. No one can stop the will of God. That's what makes him, well, I shouldn't say that's what makes him. You can't stop him because he's all powerful. He is the most powerful, almighty one. So he's undefeatable, and I've said it before. You can't defeat someone who knows everything, sees everything, okay, and hears everything. Just can't do it. And who's all powerful. That's the key. So whatever these evil spirits are doing, whatever the devil's doing, whatever these demons are doing, they're only doing what God allows them to do. Okay? Everybody got a part to play. Everybody got a lot. Everybody got their own portion. But the devil, see, there's no excuse for him. You know, when you really think about it, he is the most corrupted, despicable, disrespectful, unappreciative, slimy individual in existence. I mean, if you think about it, just think about how he was created, what he was given, all the glory, all the power, the beauty. Okay, not just him, but all the ones that fail. And that's the problem with us. I don't know what it is about man. I don't know what it is about his creation, with the exception of his animals and his plants, that always want to buck up against God, always want to go against his will, challenge him, disrespect him, disregard him. I don't know what it is about us, man, but it's pathetic. It really is. To be so ungrateful, to someone who has given you literally everything. That's why no one has a right to boast. No one has a right to, beat themselves on the chest for their own accomplishments or what have you. Everything you have was given to you, even your intellect, your knowledge, the brain that you use, okay, to be able to access that intellect or that knowledge, to be able to receive it, your eyesight, your hearing, your body parts, everything. I mean, he gave us all of these things just off top, just in the beginning. Blessed us all with different gifts, abilities, talents, okay, that you could extort if you know how. You could take advantage of, just like it's another resource. All these things he's done for us, for his creatures, for man, woman. And how do we repay him? And the devil, he know better. Because he was up there from the beginning, even before he got his butt whooped by Michael and the other angels and got kicked down to the earth. He knew the power of God. Um, and he's very knowledgeable, but he's not wise. And I say that because he is very crafty, okay? And he's extremely knowledgeable. A lot of the angels are, because they've been up there with God, learning from him well way before he even created man. But this guy, he just there's no, he don't even love his own people. If you being the devil, that God is all powerful, and you know that he means what he says. Okay, even if he condemned you and destroyed you forever, you have children, you have followers, you don't care enough about them to tell them, hey, listen, man, I'm screwed. Ain't no hope for me. But if you guys want to make it, if you guys want to have some mercy or have a chance, you need to change your life, do the opposite of everything I'm doing, and just do good deeds, keep praying, fasting, and hope that God will grant you mercy. You know what I'm saying? He don't even do that. He bring his people right down with him. That's why I say those things about him. I wasn't saying those things just to be mean. It's the truth. He doesn't love anyone, man. He don't even love himself. He can't. But he certainly don't love anyone. No one. Not even the people who serve him and worship him and willing to die for him and make sacrifices for him. You know what I'm saying? Go to prison for him. All the stuff they do for him. See what I mean? And this is the guy the world wants to worship. This the guy you want to praise. The person who's tried to destroy you from the beginning, versus the person who gave you everything and only wanted to help you and love you and tried to keep you away from evil things, evil people like him, like the devil. But we were hard-headed and chose to do what we wanted to do. Learn from him, learn evil, learn wickedness, and practice it. Everybody loved the devil. Everybody loved the devil. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. You think you got freedom? you Either way, you're gonna serve somebody. Those little temporary and vain gifts that you get from the devil, I mean, what is it really going to profit you if you can't keep it? And you can't keep it when you die. You know this. Can't keep it. Can't keep nothing. So it really don't make sense, man. This guy, he doesn't respect anything. You know, he didn't respect his creator. He conspired against his creator's creatures, which was man. You know, he had everything. He was wealthy. Had power, had authority. Wasn't enough for him. You know, why are we never satisfied? You know what I mean? Not saying you shouldn't, aspire, to greatness and all of that. And not saying that you shouldn't be motivated or ambitious and all of that. But you still got to have priorities. You got to put God first. He put us first. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, look, I'm thinking about creating you, but first you got to obey me. You got to love me. and then I'll create you to give you an opportunity to enjoy all of these pleasures that I've created for you. He didn't do that. He just gave it to us off top. What are we giving him off top? Hmm? How are we showing our appreciation, our loyalty? These people in this world, they just they're gonna hate no matter what. So they're gonna conspire. They're gonna do what they do. Everybody have their lot. So I'm about to get into the scriptures, but I will say this: uh, you are who you are in this world. Like Frank Lucas said. You know what I mean? And you know, even God tells us to be true. So ain't no sense of being faking or being ain't no sense of faking and being phony because or anything that's against God. Because first of all, you're already on the losing side when you go against the the winner. God is the winner. You know what I'm saying? He don't lose. So um, I feel like we should be as bold as our enemies are. We should conspire too. At times we should attack too. There's a time for peace, like the scripture said, and there's also a time for war. They've already declared war on us from day one. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing we can do is defend ourselves at this point. That's it. You know, and I may not be biblical with my self representation, but I am spiritual when I say I'm God's gangster. You know, uh, that's what I mean by that. Just like how you can go hard in the streets for money, you know what I'm saying? And you can love cars and jewelry and, what I'm saying, beautiful women. You can have those same passions, what I'm saying, towards your creator as well. You can have that same type of dedication, even though the world is not going to accept it. The world won't. But you have to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid of death. If you or these pestilences that God is sending upon this world, if you obey God, you'll be protected. And even if He allow you to go through trials and tribulations and to test you, because God don't tempt anyone, the devil tempts. God just puts us through trials and tribulations. He tests us. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's not a test for Him because He already knows everything. It's really Him proving to us who we really are. You know what I'm saying? When you say certain things, what do you do behind closed doors? So that's like a reflection of integrity. So who are you when no one else is watching? Partner of mine told me that a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have well, I shouldn't say you should have some type of morals and principles, even if you don't embrace a higher power, you know. But those who are wise, you would embrace reality. Sometimes it's not always pretty, you know. But like I say, you'll be protected, what I'm saying, if you're a believer. And if you have to go through something, just go through it, no matter what. Because even if you don't believe in anybody or if you believe in the devil, you're still gonna suffer in this world, on this earth, no matter what. And if you don't, you're gonna suffer in the afterlife. So either way, if you're gonna suffer no matter what, you might as well suffer on the winning team. You know what I'm saying? So this is First Peter, and I'm gonna start off with I'm going to First Peter and Second Peter. But I'm gonna start out in First Peter. Read just a few verses in here. I'm gonna start with First Peter, fourth chapter, third verse. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, whom, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revilings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. That's pretty much the Gentile nations or the sinful nations calling you a lame or a square or a buster or anything like that because you don't want to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They want to go to the club. They want to go gamble. You don't want to do stuff like that. So they attack you. You got to be prepared for stuff like that. Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to God in the spirit. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Now people hear that part, and that's how you when you hear a lot about wealthy people, they've been committing a lot of crimes and sins their entire life, and then they donate a lot of money, on their deathbed, or they try to convert to some religious concept or what have you, and they think that that's gonna pretty much they don't realize it, but they're in a way they're trying to buy their way into heaven. And they try to use this verse to support those actions. But this is the part they fail to realize. True, verse 8 says that, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves. First, you got to understand what that fervent means when it's regarding charity. And it says, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. The multitude of sins. So it will cover a lot of sins. Multitude means a lot. But it didn't say it will cover all sins. Okay? It didn't say it will cover all sins. So keep that in mind. Let me see. I'm gonna go to 2 Peter now, and I'm gonna start at the third verse. I'm gonna go from 3 to 12, the third to the 12th verse. You know what? The third to the 11th verse. So 2 Peter, first chapter, third verse. It says, according as his divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness. That means the word that he gave us, all the instructions, saying what to do, what not to do. That's what that means. Through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue. Remember, I was talking about those principles and morals? Virtue. You, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock. You know how some leaders, they get a great following, and they're no longer humble. They're no longer following the word. They get caught up in something else, some type of vanity, whether it be the fame, the power that they receive. That's what he means by neither as being lords over God's heritage, because they're not your people to rule over like that. You see what I'm saying? You're just supposed to be, like a shepherd. You know what I'm saying? Guiding them and leading them. You know, because you know, we're all what do you call it? Siblings. You know what I'm saying? But we still have to answer to the Father and His Son. So those are the chief shepherds, if you will. Ha, that is right there. So going on the forward says, and when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Likewise, now these are more instructions. Ye shall likewise ye younger, meaning the youth, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For God resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. So that lets you know right there too, telling you how to behave. And for the youngsters out there, you only follow the elders. You follow the elders who are following God. You don't put no one before God. Not your mother, not your dad, not the leader of your gang, not anybody. Nobody goes before God, not the prophets or the messengers. When the Messiah came, he was the completion of the law. That means everything stops there, everything starts there. It's all about what the Messiah say. That's why it says that he is the way. You see what I'm saying? You can't get to heaven. You can't even get there unless you go through Yahushua, the Messiah. And then it goes on to 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. That's true. Well, all of it's true, but you know what I mean. Whom resist steadfast in the faith. So that's letting you know right there. Those who fight evil, stand steadfast. Don't change. Keep fighting it. Keep learning the word. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep practicing the walk. You see what I'm saying? Knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. We all done suffered somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? We all came over on the same boats. You know what I'm saying? We all, our ancestors, you know, they had the same chains on them. You know what I mean? And it ain't these chains that we rocking now. You see what I'm saying? It was the heavy, cold, painful ones. You know what I'm talking about? So we've all experienced some form of poverty, oppression, you know what I'm saying? Conspiracy, you know, attacks as a people, as a whole. You feel me? So that's what that means. But the God of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Christ, after that ye have suffered a while, make ye perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Our God. So that lets you know right then and there. You know, that suffering, all those struggles that we go through, you know, there's benefits for that. You know, in the future and on earth. It makes you stronger, gives you character, you know, and all of that. So I'm going to be closing up. You know, like I said, I'm still recovering from what happened earlier. But, you know, we're on the job. I've been out of the loop for a while, you know, so handling some things and dealing with some things, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're all in this together, though. You know, we'll make it, you know, so God bless everyone. Shalom.